Over the past 2 decades, 900 million people have been getting free meals from the Global Village Champions Foundation, a world leader in helping starving people in disaster-hit areas around the globe.
Among the foundation's recent beneficiaries are typhoon survivors in Mindanao. But his advocacy doesn't end there, as GVCF founder Yank wants to feed 1 billion people in the world.
It's a tall order, but he's getting to it slowly but surely. Joining us for today's advocacy is former musician, professional sports manager, and now philanthropist Yank. Yank, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
My pleasure.
It really is such a privilege to have you here on the morning set, sir.
My privilege to be here.
Well, tell us about your transition first. I mean, you've done pretty much everything any guy would want to, being in the entertainment industry, being in the sports industry, and then you've moved on and put on this mode or this role of being a philanthropist.
Well, my best friend since 1963 has been Muhammad Ali. Mm-hmm. I had a hit record called Louie Louie, and a brash boxer by the name of Cassius Clay knocked out Sonny Liston, and we became great friends. And we always said we want to feed kids. We were involved together on the philanthropic side of a great project called We Are the World, and saw that A, it was successful in raising money, but the food distribution was not successful, and so much of it disappeared before it ever got to Ethiopia. So we said, if we ever do it, we're going to do it right. And for some reason, by mistake, I ended up in the food business.
And that was not planned.
No.
Okay.
Which is now the largest soy company in the world. And I'm a Canadian citizen, but a Bahamian resident, so I don't pay tax.
Okay.
So I made a deal with the big guy that whatever I would give in tax, I'd give away to the needy.
All right.
That's a nice deal.
And that's really how it started. And it's just grown. The champions have just come to us, and we didn't even have a name until 1993.
How do you make sure, I mean, you mentioned before, a lot of the food even got to Ethiopia, it kind of just disappeared. How do you make sure that when you guys do it, you do it right? That definitely needs to have, diplomacy in there and very much hands-on with the way that you're dealing with your philanthropy.
Well, a lot of Filipinos might remember when Muhammad was here for the Thrilla in Manila. He's not a guy to fool around with. And heads of state become little kids when they're around him. He's definitely the most recognizable person in the world, and I had the luxury of traveling with him for 20 years. He's too ill now. His health is failing. And he decided to pass the torch to Evander Holyfield, who has almost as good a punch and is a 4-time world heavyweight champion and recognized around the world. Celine has helped, Celine Dion, Michael Jordan. But for some reason, boxers they got that punch, and for some reason, they have the impact to knock out world power.